Hello, and welcome to Marktoon's Doodles. This episode is about expressions. Now, the eyes are always going to be the focal point for the cartoon. Think about when you look at someone's face, you automatically look at their eyes. The eyes can communicate thoughts, feelings, and expressions better than any other part of the human body. Just ask anyone who has done something wrong and has gotten that look from their parents or their partners. You don't need to leave the expression up to the eyebrows alone. You can use the shape of the eye as well as the shape of the pupil, because these change depending on the expression. In some expressions, your eyes will squash as the eyebrows press down on them, like when you're exhibiting anger, hilarity, or suspicion. In other cases, like when expressing happiness, surprise, and shock, the eyebrows raise up, stretching the eyeballs, making them appear bigger and thinner even. When drawing the pupil, you can add emphasis to the look by allowing the eyeball to cut off the pupil so that you can only see part of the pupil pressed up against the side of the eye. In this way, you should be able to tell exactly what your character is thinking merely by the look in their eyes. These eye expressions should be easily identifiable by your audience. So as you will see from these examples that I've drawn here, it is quite easy to convey a range of emotions very simplistically just by using a set of eyes. And now what we're going to do is we're going to combine that with some of the other facial features to convey a strong emotion. And in this case, with some upturned eyes and a little upturned mouth, we've got a sense of foreboding or distrust. And you can play around with the different eyes, shapes of the eyes, and the positioning of the mouth to create various expressions or emotions. Now this guy is looking off to the left and looks a little bit uncertain about something. But if we just add a few additional features like this, then all of a sudden the emotion becomes slightly different and more defined. So you can just start with very simplistic eyes, and then by adding additional features, you can change the emotion or the expression that you're representing. For example, if we add a slightly squiggly line underneath these sets of eyes, it can convey an emotion of worry or angst. But if we just rub that away and we draw something slightly different, then you can see how dramatically that changes the emotion that you're conveying. Now, it's okay to keep things simple. Just basic eyes, nose, and mouth to convey a kind of a stoic look or a worried look. But by simply adding the larger eyes and the sort of downturned pupils, you give the look a slightly stronger feel in terms of the emotion. So, in essence, when you're looking at these two faces, this guy looks like he's thinking about something. This one is definitely worried about something. Now, trying another example, we start off with your basic smiley face. just about like any emoji you've ever seen before. But let's try something different now. We add a little bit of extra details here. So just adding in some eyes. Now we'll make it that these have got upper lids. We'll put some little pupils in here just on the lid line. And now he's got a more beatific look on his face. He's almost like he's a little bit sleepy, or he's thinking about something that makes him happy. Almost like a wistful look. What could he be thinking about? Oh, I know. Let's see. Chocolate. So there you go. That's what he's busy thinking about. So now what we can do is get our Sharpie or any other kind of marker pen out and start using what we've been practicing with our pencil drawings and just start doodling in a free format way. So I'm just going to start drawing some of the eyes that I've already drawn while using the pencil and just convey a range of some emotions here. The eyes looking up, turned up, looking suspicious, a little bit serious there. I think maybe more of a clenched, closed, laughing emotion. And we just keep going. Use the eyebrows as well to create that effect of, scrunching your eyebrows down in anger. There we go. Also, just using the upper part of the eye as lids that are half closed to give that sort of sleepy effect to the eyes. And then lastly, I just give a little bit more of a sad look here with the eyebrows slowly pressing down, and then the little eyelids at the bottom are up and the pupils in the top half, and a little tear just to give it that sad look. Again, angling the eyes off to one side also gives quite a unique look as well. Pointing the pupils down to the bottom. So now what we're going to do is try and recreate one of the characters we drew with the pencil, with the upturned eyes and the unhappy look. This time I'm going to try and make the emotion a little bit stronger. There we go. Now we're going to add in what he's thinking. Yep. Here we go again. So now I'm just going to let my imagination take me and draw a whole bunch of little faces and just see how the expressions evolve. Simple face, adding some smiles and different mouth forms, scrunched eyes again. Sometimes you can combine the eyes and the nose into one shape, keeping it nice and simple. The emotions conveyed very, very basically, just simple little eyes, simple facial features, and then you just experiment with changing some of them in different ways to get the look you're looking for. Crazy look. In this case, someone going in for a kiss, and you just think about what your own face would look like when you're busy doing an action or saying something or about to do something. In this case, eyes clenched shut. Achoo! Yep, probably should have had a handkerchief in front of his nose for that one, I think. Um, Again, going for that look of sort of suspicion where you've got the eyes going off to one side. Yeah, there we go. It's always good to experiment. Just see where your creativity takes you. You might be surprised at how easily you find emotions coming out on the page as you're drawing. Now we get a little bit more inventive here, and in addition to the eyes and the nose and the mouth, we're going to add an extra little embellishment here and add some rosy cheeks in. Uh, Looking a little bit embarrassed there. And this little fella, I think we're going to give a crazy little smile there and a tongue sticking out, a bit of color to the nose, and I think he may have been drinking something, possibly. Possibly up to no good, this particular guy. A really cheesy grin there. So now we're just going to have some fun. A little bit of a face there, clenched shut eyes again. Oh, tongue sticking out. What's going on here? Let's see. We could possibly add some props here, I think, maybe. A little bowl, I think. Mm. Soup of some kind, possibly. And what do we get the impression this guy thinks about the soup? Yuck. And remember, don't be afraid to experiment with different shapes and sizes in your faces. So I'll give this gentleman a nice long face with some sleepy looking eyes and a stoic expression. Yeah, so I think we'll just show him standing with his hands behind his back, looking a bit bored. Maybe he's waiting in line for something, or he's waiting for something exciting to happen. Often my doodles take inspiration from things I've been doing during my spare time. So, as in this case, with this little fella, got a slightly apprehensive look on his face. But in actual fact, the reason why he's looking quite so worried is he's in the middle of playing a game of some kind, and what he's doing is he's just decided to throw a set of dice. There you go. And he's hoping for a good result. I don't always use white sheets of paper to doodle on, so I thought I'd take it up a notch and use some yellow cardboard here. And basically just doing a little self-portrait of sorts. Definitely looks like he's up to no good. And finally, let's give this little guy a bit of a shocked look. Eyes are open, mouth's open. Yeah, he looks really amazed by something. OMG. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Goodbye.